to you I'm getting ready to tell you all about. And the little gecko, y'all know the little gecko guy who gets, the guy goat and everything. And I seen this commercial. I don't know if anybody else seen it. Maybe it was just for me. And so the little gecko is standing in front of the desk, right? And he's talking to the guy. I guess it's his boss. And you know, they conversing and everything. And then the boss said, listen, I believe in you. You know, I trust you. And just to show you that I trust you, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. He said, I'm going to turn around and just fall back. And no joke, did you ever see that commercial? Everybody see that commercial? And look, the little guy go like this. Listen, what I'm trying to tell you. If Jesus is sitting at the right hand of the Father, come on somebody. Come on, you can trust him. God, amen. Listen, he's worthy. One of the worst times in my life I flew into Florida. I was working out of Durham, and I had a company in Durham as well, but I was working for another company, and then I had a company on the side. And so I had flew in to Florida, because that's where I was living, and to see the kids. And so I think that the next weekend was Father's Day. And so I went home and I didn't really know where my wife was. I went home that weekend, so I didn't know where she was. And so I was there that whole weekend, still didn't know where she was. And so that on the way out that Sunday, I was flying back out. And the kids kept saying, Dad, it's Father's Day next Sunday. You have to come home. And a lot of times people see you in your glory. They don't know what you've been through to get where you are. That's right. And so, you know, they kept on and kept on and kept on and kept on. And I said, okay, I'll be back next Sunday since it's Father's Day. And so I left about 2 o'clock that Friday evening driving to Florida. Then I got kind of tired, so I pulled over and went to sleep for a couple hours. And I got home right at 1 or 2 o'clock. I pulled into the driveway, and there's no lights on. And so I get out the car, and I'm thinking that, you know, I'm going in to see my family. And I turn the key, and I walk in the house, and there's no furniture, there's no kids, there's no wife, there's no nothing. And I'm standing in the middle of the floor in the kitchen. And I can't move because now I'm paralyzed. It felt like my heart had stopped beating. And I really didn't, for once in my life, I think I am a go-getter. I think I got an answer for every problem. I'm just being honest with you. Listen, if it can be done, I can do it. Amen. And I'm saying, I'm standing here, paralyzed, can't move. Yeah. And I stood there, I don't know how long, because time stood still. And I'm standing here, and I don't know really what to do, and I cannot think. And I heard a voice. I heard a voice. And this is what it said. It says, you need to turn around, get in your car, and go back to Durham. because God knew that if I stayed, I was going to turn into Bin Laden. Don't know where my kids is. You know what I mean? And though they are what give me life. And so I got in the car that night and I started back up 95. And every 100 miles or so the devil would say, you need to just turn around and go back. But I could hear this still quiet voice. And you talk about hurt. You talk about pain. I was listening to him. I really needed somebody to be there, somebody to intercede, somebody to give me a word from the Lord. And I kept driving, I kept driving, I kept driving. I couldn't really think, but I knew God said to keep going. And so I finally reached Durham. And I told God, I said, God, this one is too big for me. I can't handle it. Have you ever had a problem too big for you to handle? You've done all you can, but you don't really have anything left. You've exhausted all of you, and you're at wit's end because you can't think of nothing else that would do, that would resolve this issue. And so I said, God, it's too big. I surrender. It's too big. And so I didn't know where my kids were for 3 months. It was silent. It was like darkness was over the earth. Nobody was talking. Nobody was saying anything. But the whole time I'm hurting. But listen to this. The whole time that I'm going through this, Jesus is sitting at the right hand of God making intercession for me. You hear what I'm telling you? Because I'm his child. The reason why I don't worry about what folks say, because I done been through some stuff. You done been through some stuff. Come on, somebody. When you stayed when you should have went, because God said stay. You know you should have went, but God said stay, so you stayed anyway. Listen, I done been through some stuff to get where I am now. Listen, and God, Jesus was sitting at the right hand of God making intercession for me. Let me tell you what I did. I worked 12 hours to keep from thinking about it. I cried 12 hours. I didn't sleep at night for 3 months. So now Jesus is sitting at the right hand of God making intercession for me. Because I'm about to lose my mind. You know what I mean? Listen, I never said one word to anybody on the job what I was going through. You know why? Because they didn't have an answer. They didn't have an antidote. I never said one word. I trusted God. I didn't call a preacher. I didn't call a friend because I don't have too many of them. So I didn't call a friend. I just waited on the Lord. And so let me wrap this up for you. So I'm at work and I'm saying to God, it's in your hands. I have to trust you. And so they sent, I think Hugo went through Florida, tore up all of Florida, just tore it up. I got a phone call. I ain't heard her voice in 3 months. They took all my furniture, my clothes, my cars, and that wasn't the important thing. It was the children. And she said, you know, the hurricane has tore up Florida, and it tore up our apartment complex, and we got to move out because, listen, it's tore up so bad, nobody can stay there. You know what she said? She said, could you meet me in Savannah, Georgia to get the kids? And as I was riding, I'm going to tell you what God told me. When Jesus told the disciples, let us go over to the other side, and the storm came, And believe me, if you live long enough, the storms are going to come. But if you can trust that he's sitting at the right hand of God making intercession for you, everything's going to be all right. And so when he came up out to the hinder part of the boat, he said to the wind and the sea, he said, peace, be still. And then after everything had calmed down, you know, and the disciples said, well, what manner of man is this, that even the wind and the sea obey? I learned something through this storm that I went through. I knew that God was sitting, Jesus was sitting at the right hand of God making intercession for me. But he told me that his name was Jehovah Elohim, the God that creates. Yes. And that on the end of this hurricane came my children. Listen, this great God that we serve, we have almost just reduced him down to the size of a man's brain or a woman's brain when he's bigger than that. He's bigger than your problem. He's bigger than cancer. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I've been learning something in this revival. I'm going to tell you something. Listen, if they name it, come on now, if they name it, we serve a God that has a name above every name. That has the name of Jesus. Every knee will bow and every tongue will confess. Listen, you can trust God. If you don't develop a prayer life, the old saints used to say, faith is the key to the kingdom. And prayer unlocks the door.
That's right.
Is that the way it goes? That's the way it goes? So listen, develop a prayer life. One thing that I've noticed, because I had to grow to where I'm at now, and people see you, and I'm not talking about unsaved people, because they're going to talk anyway. But people see you,